Hey everyone, it's Callum here with Celtic Dance Music. Today I wanted to take a look at Géza and Jean's project Event Horizon, specifically one of their tracks called Pulsar, which is so musical and has so many common elements with electronic music. And upon looking further into their project and chatting with them, yes, they absolutely had that in mind. Um, they're aiming high. They've done some fantastic production on this. Um, they've got this film music, this cosmic theme to their pieces, along with just their names, but also the back end, the production. It's something that live musicians don't often have to think about. But when you want to bring a project to life and you've got the right producer to do it, you can really make some magic happen. So, without further ado, let's just have a quick listen as to what's happening, what makes this tune so fantastic. If you want to hear this tune before I break it down, I'm not going to play it in full here. I'm going to play little snippets, but in my link in my blog here, you'll see links to stream it on Shopify, or I highly encourage you to purchase their full album at the link included there. So let's take a look, okay? So we're going to start with an intro chord. So we've got some fairly simplistic chord playing. It's being played very well. We've also got a bit of wind in the background. Very exciting. So I'm considering that like an intro chord into an intro melodic. Um, I love that they've used wind as the backing ground sound and then adding a whistle because, well, a whistle is a wind instrument. So being able to blend the two together, it's just really has this continuation of a brand and sound. Okay. So we're starting to pick up a little bit more complexities with the whistle, and the strumming of the guitar has double timed. So while the whistle is keeping our energy low, the tension for a higher energy piece is coming together from the strumming of the guitar. Amazing, amazing. So we've got this really neat ethereal sound coming up on that transition, and we're in the spot where we know something's about to happen. And what have they deprived us of this entire time? Well, it's been drums. It's been the low end. And so for them to, be leading up to saying, I'm about to give you some low end, some rhythm, some beat, and then they switch instruments for that. So now the guitar's strumming is not in complete command of the rhythm. The guitar gets to take a step back and do some more groovy halftime, little one shot kind of things, while the drums are now doing it for them. Meanwhile, the tension that was building from those gets handed, that energy gets handed over to the person playing the whistle, and they get to really start rapping a really great melody. And what we're hearing there is we're hearing that the sub bass, we've gone from just a kick, which is it's some low end, it's very nice, to sub bass. And oh man, if there's one thing I could not ask to more of in terms of integrating low end into Celtic music, we need sub bass. We don't have it, right? We've got a nice big cello that comes in. Sometimes we've got a double bass. Um, you hit some of those low resonant notes on your violin, and when they sound so good, you love it. But with electronic music, with a good producer behind you, you can really bring in these rich low textures that accentuate everything around you. The the high end is the story of the music, but the low end is the feeling. You can really feel it. And so when they deliver that to you, um, yes, we're still in kind of like a drop or we're in like the chorus of the song, and the musicians get to totally jam over top of it, but and they're the ones being recognized, but what I know is being appreciated in the background is that bass. So we're coming up on a transition here. We've had all these goodies, all this what I like to call ear candy, and um, it's great to give that to people in doses. That's really important. So how are we going to make sure that this is still exciting? Well, we're going to have a nice little break here, a little snappy thing that gets us all excited. You'll see that this is a smaller waveform. So what is it? There's a reduction in volume. They've made you wait for something. Now, did we hear that melody already? Not really, no. They've been leading up to it. Oh, there it is. So, yes, they have shown that to you before. So you're getting this high energy excitement of new stuff and then a reward of something familiar. And so they're making what is old new again. It's just great songwriting and great musicianship. So at this point, we've had a lot of enjoyment, a lot of exciting feelings about this music. The thing is, so this is another thing that I have a hard time with is in trad music, we have so many tunes. We love our music. And sometimes we'll just play sets of tune after tune after tune after tune. What makes electronic music, and this will be a critique from you, I know, because this is something that we feel in common, is that sometimes the melody can be too simple. What their objective is to allow somebody to know what's coming. And trad musicians, like we know these tunes, and so we go, oh yeah, I know that tune, I know that tune. For the people that don't know them familiarly, so someone to create a track like this that is this long, that is celebrating a piece of music, and in a sense, it is a piece of music that's revisited and showcased time and time again in this space and time. Like they've got a captive audience here, and that's so exciting. So, how do they do that? Well, at this point, we've had all this enjoyment. We have to get ready for the next emotional volley. And so let's have a listen to how they take us out of that and regain your energy with them. You're being reminded that, oh yeah, there was wind. Remember when the song started and we had those beautiful little chords? I can't believe everything I just enjoyed was built on top of those chords. Oh, I feel like I'm in such a safe place in my head because I know where I'm going. And that means a lot to your audience, by the way, to believe that they know something about your song, that you are going to take them somewhere they're familiar with. And now that they've had a chance to see it and taste it, they feel like they're more on that journey with you. So now let's slowly build up their energy again. More musicianship, more live elements that we haven't heard yet. Great little groove. You can see that volume is slowly coming up. We're adding more instruments slowly in the background. That production is brilliant. Now, we've had, what is this? 40 seconds or so of regaining ourselves. I think we're ready. I think we've been getting ready for this moment here. Did you hear that? Sorry to sorry to take away that high payoff. It's so much fun. But you know, to be building that up, how do you know that's going to hit? Well, we brought that volume right back down. They're like, oh, there's no more music. Just kidding. This is like a micro encore in songwriting. And yeah, you're going to get to hear what you enjoyed so much already, probably with more elements. So we're familiar with that one. This one is definitely, there's more like kicks, less sub bass. And so we're still getting that like the bumping feeling. And that's the dancey stuff, you know? Now we're going to get into the groovy stuff over here with that more elongated sub bass again. Boom. Fantastic. And they're, they have nothing to, they have you heart and soul at this point, nothing to prove. We're going to just take you down again because you know what? I want you to know that we're going to do it to you again. So this is almost a counter melody that we're hearing here. So those, if we were playing them together, they would have harmonized on top of each other for sure. We're just not hearing it that way. So again, a great piece of music, a great idea that's been expressed in multiple ways by talented musicians and arranged in a way that you're emotionally ready to enjoy everything they're about to give you next. One more thing I have to just nerd out about here. I love that the production might be things that you wanted to hear that are surrounding the song, the listening environment that you wouldn't necessarily play. You don't have someone blowing into a mic being like, "I am the wind." No, this is production. Like there's people that have dedicated their lives to gathering samples so that we could experience music in this ethereal environment that Event Horizon has so well captured. So, some winds, some sparkly pieces. They call those risers, so they're sweeping down risers, uplifters, whatever you want to call them. But like you, whatever level of musicianship you're at, playing a melodic duet with not too many ornamentations in it that we're hearing right here, it's simple enough to play, but the fact that it's been put in this tune, or it's part of this idea that is this piece of music, you can follow it. This is not about the most triplets or the most difficult embellishment or ornamentation to play. You're genuinely getting to appreciate the simplicity of this music because of how it's been placed. I just love it. What a fun build-up. And it's just so full transparency, like we don't want this video getting taken down from YouTube algorithms, so I don't get to play the music forever, I have to stop it, have to be able to talk about it, just so you know. I want to hear it too. But please, like I said, go and stream that soon and all of the rest of their album, or purchase it at the link in the blog here. So this epic build-up, like I thought we had an epic build-up over here, but they've really doubled down and they're playing some amazing runs. So they're showing us the extent of their musicianship in small bursts, subtly. And that's so important because the fastest player heard for an hour is maybe not as appreciated as someone who can showcase that they can go slow, they can go fast, they can pulse, they understand rhythm, emotional tension and release. And that's what they're doing here. So now we've made our way to this drop, and where in I guess like on the radio, classic rock, like the past, let's be honest, the last 30 years, when it came down to radio play, people were designing tunes that had the chorus played 4 or 5 times throughout a song. The idea was that if someone tuned into the radio by accident, likely you were hearing the most catchiest part of the tune. They have not sold the farm here, so we got 2 amazing drops that were similar and similarly structured, but we get this far into the tune and we get a counter melody. We're getting a different take on the drop, and it's a blast. So they haven't done it with all their instruments. They've kept the cohesion of the drop or the chorus intact while still taking the time to give you something different. Because like, let's just check out that da, 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 but then da, 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 da. Fantastic counter melody, does a great job. We're still getting that rich low end sub bass that makes or breaks a track, in my opinion, especially in electronic dance music. And you're ready. As a listener, you're like, that was amazing. I got everything I could have hoped for and more. Take me home. Take me home. I'm ready. And we're home. We're in the wind. We're in that original instrument that started this whole thing. And you're left appreciating the resonant tale of an instrument that you have fallen in love with over these past few minutes. Yeah, so you've been well taken care of by this group of artists. I'm so excited to look through more of their tunes with you. And if you have other tunes that you think deserve a breakdown in terms of how they're really pushing the envelope for what Celtic music can do and how it can reach new audiences, send it my way. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll talk to you later. Cheers.